Stanbic Bank Kenya joins over 5,000 companies globally and becomes the 50th company to sign up to the WEPs in Kenya.
We see ourselves supporting women and giving more loans to women, yes, as a result of, not just as a result of this, but as you know, we launched DADA a couple of years ago, and we have been giving loans to women. As you have heard, I think we've already given loans to 30,000 women already as part of DADA. Over 2 billion shillings have been given out, and we see that number growing. But what it now does is that by partnering with the UN for Women, we now have a much more structured way of working and a much more organized way of working, because they've got guidelines and principles that will follow, which allows us to now do this in a much more structured way. So what we're giving them is two types of money. We're giving them lending, which is normal commercial banking loans, but what also have done is we've got some grant money that we're doing through our foundation, where we're giving them what we call shoeshine loans, if you want to use them like that.
Private sector plays a very important part in helping countries achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, of which one is SDG 5 on gender equality and empowerment of women. So we thought through that and said, how can we concretely bring private sector on board?
So what we have done is working with the counties. We've started this program in Nanyuki, we're working in Nakuru, in Meru, we did something in Mombasa. What we're doing is giving them small loans, which are actually at 0% interest, minus an administration fee, for them to restart their businesses, so the other people can also access that money. We're offering training, which is supporting you to be able to get new skills after COVID. We're also offering what you call financial literacy, which is effectively how do we empower you to start understanding what you're trying to do. But we're also offering wellness. So part of the work that we've done is to offer wellness. So we'll be doing cancer screening for women in the market. So while we're in the markets, we offer them cancer screening, we offer them training, we also offer them loans to support themselves. But the other thing that we're also doing as a bank is also to give them access to ourselves. In other words, we are also a supplier. Remember, we also buy things. And our plan is that we want to support women by buying from women. And so we're also using women suppliers. And what we have done is to train women in how to access tenders and how to respond to RFPs as part of this program.
There is also the issue to do with, I think, the whole digitalization or digitization. We've seen from COVID that if you're not digitally enabled, the world will just pass through you like that.
A lot of people, if I use a vernacular word, I hope you don't mind me saying this, ate the capital they used. Because they had all this money they used. Remember, they would go and order and supply their commodities. And then because there was a lockdown, they virtually used that money to survive. Now, when the economy reopened, they did not have the capital to start up.
So we see older women, we see rural populations being left behind in this digital space. So
we are obviously looking at a big number of women, certainly over 1 million women to be supported through this program. So far, we've done 30,000, but that number is growing every day. And we're looking at a much more growth as we go along.
In the area of education, for example, making scholastic materials that are in line with, again, the theme of digitalization, skilling our teachers, our lecturers, so that they also become the lecturers of today and so on. In the area of health, there is a lot that can be done in terms of the equipment, in terms of skilling, but also innovative solutions to, for example, other countries, they've moved on now. So those are all innovations that we are looking forward to partnering, not just as UN Women, but the entire UN family with private sector, so that private sector really comes in as the giant that it is to help the country achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
Stanbic Bank Kenya enters a global network of like-minded companies, and through the Women's Empowerment Principles platform, will receive guidance on advancing gender equality and women's empowerment in the workplace, the marketplace, and the community.